I'm good. I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. We're recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of It's All in the Delivery, episode 14. Woo! And I am joined here with my co-host, as always, Mr. Vacation this past week, Bobby Hoyt. How's it going, buddy?
Good. It's day. We'll say day. Good day, Warriors.
Good day.
Vacation, last one before the Super Bowl, as Luke calls it, and celebrating 16 years with the Cardboard Queen. Woo!
Ooh, hold on.
Fuck.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's probably more of what she says than I do, but woo! Shout out to her. Thank
Congratulations, bro. That's awesome, man. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. And Luke, down in West Virginia. How's it going, buddy?
It's to end the week, it was pissing the rain down and cold weather, the exact opposite of how you'd want to spend a vacation, but a good week nonetheless. I'm good. It's been fun. Fun.
Yeah, it was a little quiet this past week on our telephone calls because Mr. Bobby was on vacation, but
It's true.
I think we made it through.
We're coming back. It was a long time.
It feels like a long time.
I missed you guys.
And guys, also we have a very special guest joining us today. He is from Northern Jersey and is happily married with 4 daughters. I just had like a stroke. He's happily married with 4 daughters. He has been slinging cardboard for 5 years, started off on the twilight shift, loading, and then became an air driver, and now officially has his own full-time route. Please welcome to the show, Jose Rodriguez. How's it going, man?
It's good. It's good, guys. It's a pleasure to be on the podcast. I've listened to every single one from the beginning.
Nice.
Piggyback off a Nomad. Just happy to get out that rain. It was bad to finish up the week. Cold weather, just not a fun thing to do. And that.
Oh, dude, totally, like 100%. I mean, not only was it rain, well, may have been rain for you guys, but I had some snow to deal with that Friday morning. It sucked, but we all made it out alive, and we're good. So
We get paid the big bucks. That's why.
Right.
You saw the video of where our company towed out the other company's truck, right?
Dude, that was insane. Yeah. That was nuts.
Well, I don't know if you guys have those.
I did not see this.
I mean, that was impressive.
Can I have a quick summary?
Yeah.
Our company towed the other company just straight out. And I'm like,
you mean like with a chain?
Yes.
Or did they?
Yes.
push?
There was a chain
Okay.
hooked up to like the rear bumper or something, or hooked up somewhere to the back of the truck, and it pulled out, Schmedlex out of the snow.
there you go.
And
It was MacGyver a little bit of MacGyver there.
dude, it was impressive though. Impressive. I mean, our
I'll
truck,
have to check that out. I haven't seen that.
it's on Bobby's story, so go check it out. But dude, I was really impressed because those things are already suck enough as it is in the snow. So
Yeah.
it's like,
two.
yeah. So imagine pulling another truck out.
But did they have chains on the tires?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, with chains, those things can fucking roll.
Yeah.
They can roll with chains on.
Have you guys used chains before? I've never used them.
Oh fuck!
Well, we aren't allowed.
Never?
Never.
Good for you.
Never.
Wow.
Never.
How have you lived or if you fucking delivered in Connecticut for 14 years?
Pathetic. And yeah,
Pathetic.
I don't know. We've had a couple bad ones, but sometimes my friend tells me they stop at Dunkin' Donuts and hang out there till the storm. They call them in.
No shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not me, my friend.
I haven't had to put them on much recently the past couple years because
You got mountains. though.
it hasn't been bad
Yeah.
winter, but there's been times where I've lived in chains for a few months.
Dave,
See-
you're upstate New York. You have to.
Yeah, no, like we're not allowed to use them in people's driveways
Gotcha.
or
Yeah, because they tear up the asphalt.
Yeah, exactly. We'll really fuck their driveway up. Or even on we're not even allowed to just drive with them on the road. Because for whatever like law or something, it's something ridiculous. I can't remember exactly what, but they don't want us to drive with them just on the road. But there was, I'll tell you a story real quick. But there was one time that I had to because it was getting so bad, and they called us all off the road. And me is just about just on a sunny day with a summer day. It takes me about a half hour to get back to the building from where my area is, and so you add snow into the mix. That's another hour to the mix now, hour 15 probably. And
Ouch.
so I'm doing like whatever, 20 miles an hour, 15, 20 miles an hour, all the way back. And then I got to go up this hill, right? And now as I'm going around the turn and I'm starting to look up the hill, there's an 18-wheeler that's just spinning halfway up the hill. And it's not moving at all. And, for us, I'm like, I don't want to stop, And it's just shit and snow outside. It's incredible. It's just...
I mean, there's nothing you're going to be able to do.
Right. So, but then as I started coming around and I saw that, but more in front of me was another driver. And he was at the bottom of the hill. So I kind of pulled off along behind him, not really off. It was more like right in the middle of the freaking road. So because it was just snowing everywhere. So, and I just stopped and I was like, no, fuck this, dude. I've been all over the road. I threw the chains on right there. And I was like, watch this. And I just floored it up the hill. And meanwhile, the tractor trailer's still spinning and still trying to go. And I'm in the other lane. And now I see people coming over the top of the hill, coming the other way.
Oh, shit.
I'm flashing my lights. I'm like, you better fucking stop because I'm not stopping. You know what I mean? I'm not stopping. I'm going. And,
Wow.
I went right around the trailer and got up further. There's two other cars on the side of in ditches and stuff. It was a bad storm.
Well, what the fuck? See, what would they expect you to do? Just wait to get towed? Because you would have ended up getting stuck if you
Right.
wouldn't have put chains on.
They tell us that if you get stuck, to put the chain on, just strictly to get you out of you getting stuck,
Right.
and then take the chain back off, put it away, and marry on your own way
Right.
with no chain.
Right. Or
It's just
or use the skid plates or the you guys have those, right? The little
No.
spike grip
Yeah, we got
things
those.
that
But so
Go on,
basically, the
tires?
chains
No?
are like get unstuck and then take
Yes.
them off, get stuck.
See,
again.
we can ride ours all day. All day. But
I
that's
love
probably
that.
also why West by God Virginia roads are beat to shit with potholes that we could fit in. But I got a quick chain story
Let's
of
go.
of a supervisor that was qualifying, getting his 30 days in at our building. And this is when I was delivering in Morgantown, so I'd go on the highway. And the weather was bad, and excuse me, they don't want us to use chains on the highway ever, unless it's like absolute desperate, one of them things. So it wasn't that bad on the highways anyway, but I'm driving and I see the supervisor was in another company truck, and I'm looking at his tires and I'm just seeing something fucking flying, and I was like,
Oh
what
no.
the fuck am I looking? I'm in the left lane, and I look down, and then I see chain. One of them starts going, and I'm just seeing chains fucking flap. I was like, gee, I fucking rolled.
Yeah.
And, so anyway, he didn't know how to put them on.
Oh,
He didn't know how to
no.
put them on, so they put them on for him. And then the motherfucker hopped on the highway. He ended up passing, by the way. Of course, he qualified.
Oh, of course he did.
Oh.
Bro, those things shoot off. They put a hole right through the floor.
Dude, I was sitting there. I was like, man, this thing's going to fuck something up. It ain't going to be me. So I'm getting the fuck out of
Wow.
Oh my God. And hold on. It was probably also tied through the same hole that has the valve stem for the tire on it too, right? It was,
Oh,
it was
dude.
probably wrapped through the same hole.
I don't know.
Probably
I
fucked the
didn't.
tire
I
up.
mean, I literally once I realized what it was, because it was snowing.
Yeah.
It was so at first I was sitting there more like, no, No, this. Oh shit! Yeah,
Yes.
get the fuck out of here.
So, Bobby, basically what we're saying is you picked a great week to have off, buddy.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
just that's
I
how
love
we
that.
got here. Basically, we're talking about how shitty our week was. And
Mhm.
you were home
That
enjoying
was-
a time with your family, bud. So it was awesome. But
Last thing with the chain though, man. Do you have a city route? Do you not deliver like Bobby? Is that why you guys never use chains? Sorry, I just had to ask that before we move on.
Jose, how
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
you're
city. I'm city, so I've never down the main road in the center of town. So yeah, I've never needed the chain.
I've had them on the truck. I just always either walk it off or knock it stuck or unstuck or
Yep.
I don't know. I guess
That's a good enough answer because I've gotten stuck because I get dumb sometimes
professional
out there.
driver. No
'Cause I've
accidents, no injuries, no stuck, no toes, no nothing.
God, you better go knock on wood real quick.
Yeah.
Did just not okay. All right.
They're not coming. You're a lone soldier. They're not coming to get you.
Dude, I'll just say I'll end it with the chain thing by saying I've used chains sometimes when the roads have been so bad I couldn't even see where the road was and still rolled up. Those things are I don't advise that because it's the whole time I was going up, I was going, what the fuck am I doing? This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. But I ended up getting out of it. But
But you kind of do it just to see if you can.
yeah, because
I would go
like
up the driveways to see if I could maneuver.
because once those things are, well, I mean, yeah, they roll in the snow. But yeah, and I'll leave. I'll anyways myself on the chains.
Okay, good one. One last thing. Did you guys see the picture that Compton Teamster 396 shared on Instagram? They found two
bucket of
5-gallon buckets. Yeah, anyways, they found a whole shit ton of marijuana that someone tried shipping through the parcel system,
So
if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was 2 5-gallon bucketfuls of it, dude.
So they tried to ship it in buckets.
No.
Isn't
I
it
think when they were
illegal?
taking it out, out of boxes, they were putting them in these. It was
Okay.
bags full of marijuana.
So
And
Dave, is it legal in New York?
no, not yet.
No. Jersey? Jose, is it legal in Jersey?
Medical. They have several dispensaries statewide.
Oh, cool.
But federally, I don't think they can ship those.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe the new governor, I think, is recreational. That was one of his campaign promises was to make it legal for recreation in the state
Sweet.
and election.
Right, and
It went through.
I believe so.
Sweet. Going to Jersey.
and so, but here's the thing too. So Compton, right? That's California.
Believe
So
it's Dr. Dre's.
We know
Yeah.
it's legal in
Mhm.
California, but is it must still be illegal then through?
All right, I got one for you.
You can't.
So-
Go
They
ahead,
ship
Bob.
Somebody
it. You
sent
can't
me-
ship it. You can only ship it to certain places.
To where it's legal, right? But like the company's dropping the ball because
God damn it!
The company's dropping the ball. Somebody sent me a news article, and this news anchor was ripping our company a good one. He was like, "Wow, the company found a flash drive." It had to do with political names that I'm not going to mention because I could.
Oh yeah.
I just want my goddamn freedom back. I don't want anyone to tell me to lock down. But anyways, so apparently the company lost a flash drive and then found it and magically was like, "Here, we don't know where the envelope went." So I don't know. I guess we're just overworked. Like or there's too much. There's too much weed. There's too much flash drives. I don't know what's going on.
Overworked.
Yeah.
Good one. Yes.
Yes, we had that happen with a passport, and the family was leaving for vacation.
Next day air.
Next day air, probably right.
And we had of course.
Yeah.
Early
And
AM.
the center went crazy for about 30 hours for it. And they finally found it in between the belts, greased up and blacked out. But yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, that's terrible.
But unfortunately, from what the family didn't make the vacation because they didn't get the passport.
Jesus.
Oh, I mean, and the thing that sucks is, I mean, us all working there, we know that can happen. But man, when people don't really know, you talk about being pissed.
They let you have it for the smallest of things. I'm expecting hey, it says right here on my Teleca gadget that I'm supposed to have it, and it's like I'm sorry, I don't have it.
Yeah.
Or the best of customers. Oh, I'm supposed to have 5 boxes. I only have 3. Well, your company will deliver the rest throughout the week. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, there was one time I had like kids. I'm talking like 10 or 11-year-old kids came up and said, "My dad said we're supposed to have a package today." I was like, "Oh, sorry, I don't have anything for you guys." I said, "Well, my dad said, Mom." I was like, what could he say? I was like, "I'm sorry." I'm sitting there saying, "I can have." Well, your fucking dad's wrong.
Your dad's wrong, Jimmy.
But I mean, yeah, it's amazing the shit you'll hear. And then what's funny though is, because it comes, at least here, I'm sure it does in New Jersey and New York and everywhere else. Sometimes if they have 4 boxes, we might bring 3, and then old Schmedlex might bring the 4th, or vice versa, or something weird like
or the post office.
Yeah, post office, whatever.
I've seen that too.
Oh yeah. So,
and I'm sure have any of you guys, and I'm sure a couple of people who listen, you ever get a 1 tire or 3 tires?
Oh yeah.
To deliver, and then you show up and you pray, please don't be home. Yeah. Please don't be home. Please don't be. And you pull up and you see them in the garage waiting for their tires, and you roll out 3, and they're just like, hello. I'm like, sorry, man.
Yeah.
Or you give them 1, and it's like, dude, I need 2. I'll be back tomorrow.
God, yeah.
Tough. It's a tough talk.
It is. I mean, and it's like the same thing too when you're looking for, I mean, it's the same thing not only with tires, but even with boxes too. And like, you're like, I can't find the second one. I can't find the third one, whatever. And then like, meanwhile, the customer is out, you don't know, customer's outside waiting like, oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just looking for the, looking for the last one here.
Yep.
And you're like, they're like, what? It's like, can't find it. Hopefully I'll be back later if it shows up, if not, hopefully tomorrow.
Dude, that's
so embarrassing. Jeez.
Fortunately, through the pandemic, a lot of people have been really understanding because we've had so much volume. I mean, everybody's stretched in through, when it first started almost a year ago. And now, as you know, all of you guys know, we're approaching our true peak. But we technically already had one, where the summer for us is our lighter time. Yeah. But instead it became summer peak for us. And we had to do what we had to do. But now here comes the real peak.
This episode is going to go down in history. Just listen to that. It started with the, Corona about a year ago. It was summer peak.
God, isn't that crazy to fucking say now about a year ago?
It's going to be in the history books.
Yeah.
Episode 13, you can go back and listen. Double peak.
That's true though. People have been like, a lot of times, I think we can all say most of the times customer interactions are 90, I won't say 99%, but I will say 95% good.
Positive.
And but yeah, I think so. You're right, Jose. Since the pandemic, people are a lot more understanding. So I think that Christmas, I don't know. I mean, the holidays are still the holidays, so I guess time will tell, but I mean, I always tell people not to trust the process. Make sure to order well ahead of time, regardless.
Yeah.
Well, I was told on Friday that I'm getting a helper on Monday.
Oh shit!
This Monday. Yeah, but fortunately, the helper is a driver's son. Okay. So this driver, he had the other side of my route of my town, and he's been transferred inside. So he doesn't do a route anymore, but still works for the company. And his son is actually going to be working with me. Cool. So he came up to me the other day, asked me, and just wanted to make sure because like a couple of people on the podcast have said, helpers were going to be optional in some locations, and I was a little hesitant on whether or not I wanted one, only because it's still not safe out there. Yeah. We've been on the front line since the very beginning. And, yes, with some admiration and some thank yous and but we've delivered essentials now for almost a here.
Right.
Non-essentials as well with the trampolines and everything else. So, but it's a
trampoline.
solitary. Yeah, right. It's a solitary position. When you look at it, we're alone. We're on the road. It's us. It's the route. It's this 7,000-pound vehicle that can literally, take someone out. And us, we have to be professionals all the time, regardless of what's out there. We see so many bad drivers on the road, but we have to be above that. And so I love what I do. I truly do. And I know a lot of the guys that come on the podcast do. I know you guys do. You take a lot of pride in what you do.
Oh,
and like Luke said, that interaction with the customers, whether residential or commercial, there's certain people, they look forward to seeing you. They can set their clock to what time you get there, whether it's a delivery or a pickup, and sometimes you're the smile in that day.
Yeah.
So whether it's an office or a commercial site, and of course, when the kids see us, like Luke was saying earlier, for years we've been called the brown Santa Claus because we don't, we don't bring bills, we don't bring credit cards, we don't bring debt, we bring things that people want.
Right. Right.
If you could describe yourself in 2 words, what would they be?
Wow.
Cardboard warrior.
Thank you.
I was sitting there. I was about to say brown Santa Claus. I'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But that's not 2 words.
But you totally made the long version and like the really intricate description of it.
Yeah.
Like the real deal, the professionalism, what we do day in and day out, the severity of it. Like
yeah.
We kind of are professionals and just take it as every day. We're just like, it's a couple boxes. But your description really narrows it down to like, this is no joke. And not everybody can do it. Everyone's like, oh, it's a box. No, we've seen many people come in and just fly on their face, and you're like,
yep.
You have to have the mindset for it. I've always worked better alone for some reason.
Same.
Whether it was HVAC, whether it was painting, whether, I've been, a lot, you can describe myself as an introvert. I have count the friends on one hand only because that's my personality. So the job it's like kind of trying to get that square peg in the round hole just won't, so for it was like, swoop. I was like, oh, okay, it fits. You go in the morning, you get your equipment, you do what you got to do. For the most part, if you do the job, if you follow the steps, if you stay safe, then you never see management. Management never bothers you. Never bothered me unless it was something serious.
Right.
And so for me, you gotta, we know they can be what they can be. And we know just like as men, as we joke and we say, oh, there's that school that they send women to. We know for a fact there's a school they send supervisors to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
What's the school they send women to? There's a school for that?
I want to say I think it's in Atlanta. And so if you listen to everyone,
shit, I knew it.
Who's been on the podcast, every supervisor is the same. It's how they do it. You ever try to come off sick? You get that speech, you get the questions. They're all the same.
Is he though?
Yeah.
I love that. There was that meme about somebody had to like call it in sick. I had that Thor spot. Like, is he though?
Oh yeah,
dude. I love since we are entering the holidays. I love this is Jose can claim this because he said it first, but we can say brown Santa Claus and we don't have to worry about editing that.
Ooh.
So, I mean, that's a game changer. That's a nice little holiday ring we can use.
There it is.
I mean, I guess that kind of still states the obvious, but we Schmedlex tomato.
Checked all the trademarks, man. They can't touch us.
Boom.
So, Jose, so take us back, dude. So, how? What led you to the company? How did it all start? I know you said 5 years.
Yes.
But take us back before that. How did you end up getting a job?
I was working heating and air conditioning in New York City, traveling every day into Manhattan, and it was peak season. Needed, honestly, a little Christmas money, at that time. So I said, I applied online. They called me in. I was actually age discriminated against, when I went in, because I was 45 at the time. And so the people in HR basically said, are you sure you can handle it? You have a full-time job and now you're going to be doing a part-time job. It's very strenuous. And so I said, yeah, I'll be all right. I actually made it through peak, and then they hired me after peak and kept me on. And then from there, transferred to air driver. Then from there, transferred to full-time driver. And I've been full-time driving for 2 years now.
Nice.
Do you still get to see that HR lady, or do you like walk by her office and like?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Beatrice.
Exactly.
Before you said she was older, so it's like I just imagine Beatrice in there with like a floral dress on. Just like,
Oh yeah, she was definitely in her 60s.
That was actually one of my questions I had for you, because when they hired you back, so did you unload and preload, or like what shift did
I worked twilight shift from 5 to 10, and I just strictly loaded 18-wheeler trucks every night.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking if to unload, well, either way, being starting at 45, I didn't know what kind of shape you were in, but were you sore from it? Because when I started, I was 22. I was in the unload. I unloaded trucks, dude, but I was 22, and I remember after a couple of weeks, I was like, "Damn, all right, I'm starting to." I was sore there for a while, so I had to ask.
Definitely, yeah. It's a couple of guys in the center, like, "You're how old?" Because I tend to come back. Scratch or relatively early compared to the time that they allow it.
Right.
And so it's organization. You guys know you got to get in the truck. You got to organize your things. You got to get the HIN numbers in the right order. You can grab and you can go. And Orion 3.0 doesn't help us at all.
No, it does not.
No, not when they put a delivery in the middle, right after a pickup, and you've already been to that street in the morning. Now they want you to tail back in the afternoon. It's just sometimes so I basically every day I make my own Orion and just I go up and down the board.
Did we quote that? Hashtag that. I make my own.
Make my own Orion. Dude,
make my own Orion.
There was one time that a guy was fighting with an on-road soup, arguing about stops, and they were spitter spatting about getting done or something. That was his threat. He's like, "Well, fine, I'll just follow around." They're like, "Whoa, all right."
Because they know.
Oh yeah,
they absolutely know that the order that the computer puts it in is not the way that the human knows the route.
Right.
Like a computer doesn't know that Belleville Turnpike in the afternoon is full of traffic. Mm-hmm. So those deliveries that are on the 7,000 and 8,000 shelves, you got to go there earlier or you're going to be stuck in traffic. A computer doesn't know that.
Right.
So it's things that us as humans in the field can see. And even the supervisors and the managers don't know that unless you tell them.
Right.
So you have to make your own Orion. To make time, you have to.
They still don't listen.
No, it's true. It's ridiculous. And it's funny though, because they do know how badly it is.
Yes.
Like, just how terrible it is.
Because they can't admit it though.
Right. They can't admit it because that's their
but
job.
They know.
Because they're told to say this stuff to us.
So I don't know if you guys answered the question, but Jose, so recently I've seen a lot of mini prime vans around my area. Is Amazon in your neck of the woods now? And are they like?
Yes, they were in town, primarily out of their own vehicles, or once in a while I'd see a rental truck. Mm-hmm. But now daily there's one of those brand names, with the graphics, with the paint job, with the matching colors, with the logos, with a full uniformed individual, mm-hmm. as opposed to someone in sweatpants and a hoodie.
Right. That's
out of a
the
Honda
thing
Civic.
that I'm worried about. Is
right.
Orion is going to put us so far behind that the Amazon guys are going to catch up or get the upper hand somehow. And it's like, guys, you don't want, they push sales lead for so long, but it's like, you're going to push us behind with technology if they have the upper hand.
Well, from what I've heard, logistically, there's enough parcel for everyone to get a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
And so eventually, like anything else technology wise, they'll fix the bugs in. Mm-hmm. And hopefully they'll take our feedback because we're the ones out there doing the job. and improve on the system.
I just knocked on wood.
Yeah.
Just for safe.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, dude, that's interesting, you know? I mean, like, especially because there's not really Amazon yet in my area. They're currently building a freaking enormous facility in like down in Newburgh. And like I just when that gets in the area, that's gonna be absolutely ridiculous, I'm sure. Because then we're gonna see all those vans everywhere.
Yeah. I just seen one up by my brother's house, maybe half an hour away from where I live. And
it's the first time you've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen an Amazon. Can I say Amazon?
Sure, fuck it.
Fuck yeah, Amazon. I saw an Amazon warehouse and I was like, holy shit, like it's real. You know, it's not on the internet anymore.
Were you
in real life?
Well, let's fucking discuss something quick though. We're on this subject. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Were you thinking about putting in an application?
I did. I thought about this like years ago. Especially, dude, I had the worst manager probably in the company's history, and he's still working. Don't worry, he'll be in one of your centers soon.
Stop.
But
oh, thanks.
But
yeah.
But I was like, I'm just gonna go to Amazon. Like they need my information, and my company doesn't like when I make videos, and Amazon's out here making videos all the time.
Mm-hmm.
About it.
They don't have good benefits though.
It's true.
Go ahead, Luke. I'm gonna anyway.
But so what? The video and the TikTok video, I think it was, or I don't know if it was TikTok or whatever it was on. You know, all these videos where it showed the different delivery companies, and they just make Amazon out to be like just the mecca. And when I've seen it in real life videos, it's just like they're trash deliveries, man. I've seen them on the sidewalks and shit. I mean, nowhere. Yeah. Nowhere near where they're supposed
out in the
to
rain.
be. So who the fuck is making this?
That's
this
what
is
I'm
fake
saying.
news.
Yes, they have they have the capability of making it look amazing, but our company won't let us use our talents. You got Dave right there, or where are you at?
Yes,
Dave? Up top or bottom?
He's to the right of me.
Right. So you got Dave making Christmas carols that are just amazing. They're like, shut it down. What? This guy is bringing Christmas joy with your company logo. And they're like, that's enough. None of that.
It's sad but true. You know, that they would not want us, the face of the company, the employees of the company, to promote the company. If anything, we're going to put it into a good light, not into a bad light, because we are a representation of that company. As employees of it, we wear the brown proudly every day, and so it's shameful because in the end, like you said, Bobby, it's going to cost them. It's going to cost them social media.
Yeah, and I mean, I've even told Bobby too. Like, I think really what it is is they see these videos, right? That like the drivers make. And then, you know, the higher ups see them. People then in corporate probably see them. And they're probably yelling at their PR guy, like, why can't you make videos like this guy? This guy's hilarious. And he's making good for the company. And, you know, and he's probably like, next thing you know, the PR guy gets fired because one of our videos went viral.
Right? There's just there's one Texas guy in a field feeling cute. Boom. And
blue bonnets.
He took somebody's job just like that. Can I try to transition, Dave?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try to hockey transition. You said good light, and I read your quote, and it stuck with me. Is be grateful for big things, small things, and everything in between, and count your blessings, not your problems. That's like what we're just talking about. Is like the good light that the company needs. Where did you get that quote, and how often do you live by it or use it in your daily routine?
Oh, that's deep.
That's yours. Go, Dave.
Anyways, what? No.
That's so, Jose, that's yours, right?
That's my quote?
Right? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is that the? Hold on a minute.
Wait a minute. I thought that was Dave's.
No, that's yours. And the way that you already described our profession and about the positive light is it kind of fits into that quote that you have. It's on your profile.
Oh yeah, that's definitely you, Jose, for sure. Because I see his name
I
right above it.
screenshotted it because it reminds me daily that we do have a lot to bitch about, but we also have a lot to be grateful for. So like, it's really true because you're saying it in action now. It's not just on your profile and you don't believe it. What you're saying is true. So like, where did you get that quote, and how many times do you use it during the day?
Could you repeat it one more time? I know it's mine.
Yep. No, it's be grateful for big things,
thanks.
small things, and everything in between.
Okay.
Count your blessings, not your problems. That's good.
Did you make your bio for your Instagram, or was that somebody else?
No. That's on my grandma. I wrote that at the top, and so a lot of that was based on my faith. I'm a God-fearing man. I accepted the Lord in my heart, and proud to say that I'm saved and a Christian, born again. And so a lot of that is just mentality. A lot of that is life. A lot of that is spirituality. A lot of, nowadays, 2020, that comes in a lot of different forms from people. For me, it's being grateful for the small things, being grateful for the hot dogs at, 38 Ridge Road, that every once in a while he'll throw me a free hot dog. It's
right.
But it's free. Being thankful for the Dunkin' Donuts lady at 42 Schuyler, that when I order a small coffee and a donut, a large coffee and 3 donuts. That's, the small things. I paid for something small, but I got something great or greater than what I actually ordered, paid for, and was expecting. As far as, what was the other one being, sorry. That's the small things. Second line.
And count your blessings.
Bobby, second line.
Not your problems. That's really good. I love that.
That's the finisher right there.
Again, that's every day. Every day there's a problem. Every single day of every one of our lives, our families' lives. Before we came on live and recording, we were talking about family and a couple of different barbecues, parties, people that you don't necessarily, that you love, but you have to keep your distance because certain relationships are toxic to you as a human being. And if they affect you and your family, your main family, your wife, your household, the people that are with you, then it's time to cut those ties. So that may not be a blessing. It's just life experience. I hate to say that it comes with wisdoms or as you get older, but it does. Mm-hmm. A lot of the drivers around me, they're 20, 25 years old. I'm going to be 50. And so it comes from just a day to day, just being able to, you got to count your blessings. You do, because they're far and few in between every single day. You miss them. We're driving in that 7,000-pound truck, and it's a deadly weapon. We could take someone's life out. So let's be grateful that as we say, what's your make your last stop your best stop, and that's for us. That's home. That's home. Right. I think my wife, Carmen Rodriguez, me. I went to driving school. I lost pay to take. When we went through the 5 years, and so she's supported me. She has my back. That's a blessing.
Amen.
Those are blessings.
Yes. I always say, like, the cardboard queen or the cardboard king at home that's supporting the warrior out in battle is a huge key. Like,
it is. The divorce rate. The divorce rate among us is very high because of that. Because we're on the road for so long. We clock in at 9. Some days a little earlier. Mm-hmm. During peak, sometimes a little later. But we don't have a set time that we come home. And
Right.
our wives, our children, our children are waiting for us.
Mhm.
And, a lot of times it's like, what time are you going to get there? What time are you going to be done? What's the load look like tonight? You get the text messages in the morning. What's the load look like?
The lingo,
Yes.
the lingo that
Yeah,
they
the
all
lingo.
know.
You guys get that one?
Oh
And
yeah,
that-
yeah.
So, and that's so they can plan out the afternoon and the evening. Because if your load is good, they know you're going to be home around a certain time.
Yeah.
Until
Vote
you
for
get
a
green
question for
lighted.
both
So
of you.
with that, but that again is
Question for both of you. So I'll say, hey, honey, I got 27 left. She can
Right.
give me an estimate time. She knows the ETA better than my
Yes.
supervisor. Does that go for both of you?
yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Unless I'm on the only other route that I'll cover now, the one I have no service on ever.
Was,
that
yeah.
one can be because there's like a handful of places that if I have that area, it's game changer in time. And but on my normal route, yeah, dude, she's definitely does.
She's spot on. And I'm like, this is amazing. How come my supervisor can't get the time right? But the cardboard queen, she's like, that'll be 8:35 and a half.
Yeah, like don't even need a minute. Don't need a computer.
No.
Don't need to ask.
Nothing.
Don't need a green light question. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I'll get in the car and I'll get a text on your way home. What? Like, where are
What?
the cameras?
Right.
Well, that was I had a question with with Bobby talking about the cardboard queens and kings out there because I had a question. I see that you are a grandfather, and I was
Yes.
how is it working this job? Wanting to because you were just saying we're on the road a lot with having grandkids. So, I mean, I just saw a post. I don't know how many you have. I know the one I saw. I mean, I'm assuming it was a young grandchild. I think it was the first time. I forget what I saw, but being a grandfather, wanting to see your grandkids and working the job that you work, when you think of grandpas, you don't look like a grandpa to me. I'm just telling you that.
No, you're doing something right.
But
man.
yeah, most grandpas aren't working doing this job. You know what I mean? So
I appreciate that. I give credit. I give credit to that to my Latino culture. My mother and my father. Their mother, their father. It must be that Caribbean sun. The coconuts, the coquito,
we
the pork
have
shoulder.
the same hairline, but you got me by a little bit.
Yeah.
So when I get to your age, I'm probably mine looks probably about it's almost identical. It's shaved now, but yeah. But like I said, you got a few years on me, so I don't probably look way worse when I'm.
That's my father's hairline.
See, I don't know where I got mine.
The old man passed that on.
Both I'll trace back 2 generations on both my mom and dad's side. All the men, solid hair, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what happened. I got
I've always heard that it comes from the mother's side.
Well, my younger brother,
and it still stumps me.
What are you first generation here, Jose, or your parents were born here?
No, I'm first generation here.
First generation.
Yeah, both my parents were born and raised on the island of Puerto Rico.
Oh man!
And I'm first generation. Yes, born and raised in Newark, New Jersey.
How old were they when they came to the U.S.?
They were in their 30s.
30s.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And they originally went to Jersey or?
Because yes, we've been. We were in Newark, New Jersey on Clinton Avenue. We were in a home on Clinton Avenue, a third story, 2-bedroom, third story apartment.
Just amazing, man. Like my in-laws.
That's how they started. My father worked for American Aluminum Casting Company in Irvington, New Jersey, and my mother worked for Jersey Plastic in Springfield, New Jersey.
Gotcha.
So they both retired from both of those factories. These were the 70s, the times where a factory job, a union factory job could get you a new car. could feed your family, could help you raise your family, and that's what my parents did. They my mom stayed at home until my brother was probably around late elementary, maybe early middle school at the most, before she went out into the work field or workplace. But for that, prior to that, my father and his factory job who got us the apartments, who ultimately we bought the house that we were living in, who got us the new car. They were able to, my family was very blessed.
Yeah.
They truly lived the American dream. They came here, not that Puerto Rico is a third world nation, but it does not have all the opportunities that the United States had.
Right.
And so they lived the American dream. And, my brother and I and my sisters, we are the offsprings of that dream. So yeah, first generation.
You said one brother and how many sisters?
One brother and 4 sisters.
Holy
we were 6.
cow.
6 of us. Yeah, this again, they were going, if you go back to my grandmother, my mom's mom, they had I believe it was 10 or 10. They had 9 girls and 1 boy. Oh, and my father's side, they are 4 or 5. Yeah.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
it was different.
I feel like back at that generation now, I feel like probably an average number was probably was 4, maybe not 5. But I feel like 4 or 5 seems like back for that generation anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, that seems like a number
different times, different economy, different way of life, totally different cost of living. Living was a lot lower back then.
Right.
And you could for your dollar than you could today.
Yeah, that's amazing that she could stay home until your brother was the youngest.
Yes.
Yeah, so until the youngest is a good age to stay home and take care of the family is amazing.
It was. We were like a lot of us are Irish twins, no more than a year and a half to 2 years apart. They didn't have Netflix back then. They just had 3.
They were just chilling.
How close are you to Newark? So I have family in Newark. How close are you to there?
Right now, about 40 minutes where I am, because I moved south. I moved south, my wife and I. So, but I was farther up north. I work maybe 10, 15 minutes from Newark.
Oh, nice.
So my center.
You work with Gio? I know Gio's in Jersey, but I think he was changing hubs.
No.
Okay.
I think he's more. I think he's like kind of in the. I think he's southern. I feel like he's like right around the border. Maybe I don't know. But
it's funny. We just know people southern. In their states, and we're like, "Do you work with them?" And like, no, it's a huge state, bro.
Right.
Like, all right.
Exactly.
Do you?
So Luke, you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby.
Well, do you? So you're 50, believe it or not, and you start. So you're in 5 years. Do you get to just work another 15 and be done? 55?
I don't know. I don't know if it's 55 or the 25. I haven't, researched it that deep to see what my timeline would be.
Right. But you're a lot closer than us because we're out here like, wait, we got 25, 29.
Well, you're at 14 or 16?
16. I think next week I'll be at 16.
16. I'll be at 5 next year. And so, but 16 to 25's, what, 8, 7?
9. I think
4, 9 years. 9 years.
I don't know. Man, guys, if you want to listen to the podcast, that'd be great. 9 years sounds a lot longer than I'd like to. I'd like to do another 4.
Oh, it'll fly by.
Yeah.
Well, I love what Pissed Off Yorker said a couple weeks ago in his stories, when he was giving the credit advice and about taking opportunities with like you said earlier. I think before we were recording, and Luke as well, we were talking about when we get those bumps in pay.
Oh yeah.
And Bobby, you specifically said, you get so much money, so much more money is coming in that we're not sure what to do with it. And I love what Yorker said about, investing it, making moves now so that, we don't have to do this for the next 15, 20, for you 9, because at the end of the day, we are abusing our bodies on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Knees, our back. Luke talked about being sore after starting preload. I know I was sore after loading at 40 years old or 45.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's some days that I'm sore now. I definitely am making some moves to plan ahead, so that way I'm not maybe at that age still slinging cardboard as hard as I am today. Because I tell you, it's a young man's game. But I'm here to tell you that it's also an old man's game. But
that's what I try to tell people. I'm like, just don't beat yourself. But then I'm like, I'm the worst example on how to tell people how to preserve their body. If somebody's telling me, they'd just be like, oh, that's the pot calling the kettle black right there. But it's true to try to think of longevity, man. It's still like there was an illustration when I was at driving school talking about not using that hand, 3 points of contact.
Yes.
If you did that over a number of time, and you might have saw this too, if you started driving whenever you went to driving school, but it'll show like different things. And like at the end of it, like after 20 years, it was like the weight of like a damn cruise ship. And you're like, oh shit. you don't think about that, but even that little bit, but you're right. We beat ourselves up every day.
It's important to follow the methods. We know management over and over again, they beat it into us, but a lot of it is actually very good information that keeps us healthy, keeps us safe.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I turn into actually Supervisor Rich when the cardboard queen is driving. I'm like, did you see that pedestrian in between the cars? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, no, what are you talking about? Watch, he's coming. And then he'll appear out of nowhere. She's like, how'd you see him? And I'm like, because I'm scanning 2 to the front, 8 to the rear. And she's like, why are you spazzing out? Never mind.
Right. Stay back, see it all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all do that, though. I'm pretty sure every train driver.
Yeah.
Because we are such backseat drivers whenever we aren't driving.
Yeah.
That's
we
why,
do it so much. It's it's beating to your head.
Right. And so every time the wife and I go, well, it's been a long time since we've gone somewhere, obviously, because of how shitty this year's been. But with the Rona. But every time we'd go travel somewhere, I'm usually the one that's driving. Yeah. And there's a reason for that. Because I don't know if it's out of because I don't trust her. You know what I mean? Or whatnot. But it's me. And then if we go somewhere and then maybe we go to a family thing somewhere down in Long Island or something, and maybe it's an outing at a restaurant, and then maybe I'll have a drink or two, and I was like, all right, honey, you drive. Whew, that's probably the worst.
Oh my god.
I should have had 3 or 4.
Hang on.
Watch out!
Why are you getting so close to that guy? Why are you following him so closely?
Yeah.
I got it, Dave. I got it.
Oh man.
Oh jeez.
It's like Bobby said, we turned into Supervisor Rick. It's drilled into us. We can't not do it.
It's true.
How about the days off or you're on vacation? Bobby, you just came back from vacation. You probably saw your truck every single day.
Yeah. I try to chase them down. I try to chase them down and take a selfie with them. And if they don't know me, then it's like a really awkward situation. I'm like, hey, I just take selfies with. Hey, I take selfies with Cardboard Warriors, and they're like, who are you? And I'm like, never mind. But it's cool. My little nephew just came over, and he was like, Uncle Bob and the brown Santa truck. I saved it there, Dave.
Oh.
Yeah, good one.
So that's how he knows me.
My honeymoon when we were in Jacksonville, and we stayed at Jacksonville before we went to St. Augustine. So the hotel we were leaving, and a company guy comes in, and it's like 9:45. So he delivers something, and then I'd say, I'm like, oh, no shit. And like, I say so, and I could just see him. He's sitting there. And I'm like, dude, yeah, go. Fucking go. I know you got 10:30 commits, man. Get out of here. Just go. Yeah, I could just see it in his face. He's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. He was one of them. He had that giant clock ticking behind his back for sure.
Jesus, that's a good video.
The supervisor's probably in the truck with him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. No, I wish I would have looked. Not that I don't know what I would have done, but maybe said hello.
Just go ask him. Excuse me, do you know how to get to...
I know. Start asking for directions. He's like, no.
Are you a supervisor?
My package was late.
Yeah. Do you know? I have a tracking number. Can you track it?
I'm missing a tire.
Yeah.
I still got 2 tires.
Exactly. Don't you love that though when like customers come up to you and they're like, yeah, so I got like the tracking number, like can you track it? It's like, actually no.
Can't do that.
No, can't do that.
Or they have the pickup with the barcode. Can you scan that?
Oh,
Nope.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
I feel like
think
the labels are getting better though, I think. But I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I mean, what you're saying, Jose, like I still run into that, but I feel like it's gotten a lot less for me the last few years. But that still happens plenty.
Yeah, they print it out. It only works at the store. I can't scan it with the board. Sorry, I don't have a printer in the truck plugged into the cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
No,
I need
for labels.
Yeah. It's funny because they need a receipt, but it's 2020 and they did everything else online, but now they need a paper receipt. Like
Yeah,
at this
right.
moment in time, they're like, I need a
Correct.
paper receipt. You sure you don't want it online? Email to you? Maybe instant message?
And it's like when you still got to deliver a bunch of printer paper and you got a cart full of printer paper and you're like,
Yeah.
man, you really fucking still need all this printer paper, man?
You're
Come
killing
on.
the trees.
Like, yeah. Like, what you're going to do? Send these print, like, yeah, everybody always gets email. Dude, I everything I do anymore is over the phone or, I haven't done shit hard copy, so to speak. Yeah, in a fucking year almost.
Since the Rona.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't believe we're approaching a year. I mean, we're all approaching the end of this year. I mean,
It was March of last year,
Yeah.
or March of this year. March of this year that they.
Yeah.
I just seen this thing. I think somebody from California put it, and they were like, if you have a Thanksgiving gathering, you can't sing. And if you do sing, you can't sing too loud. And I was like, all right, this is out of control now.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with like I think it's where was it in oh my goodness, was it California where they're saying no Thanksgiving gatherings?
Yeah.
Philadelphia said that too.
Real oh yeah,
City of Philadelphia said that.
too.
And Christmas. Philadelphia had no Thanksgiving or Christmas gathering.
Well, like-
Come on.
I would rather get sick than be told what to do. Like I'm at my wit's end.
Yeah.
Yeah, be like, no, go ahead.
Thanksgiving's the largest traveled holiday,
Yeah.
more than
Right.
any other. So if they're putting the restrictions in place and they want the quarantine, it's a tough call because you want to keep your family safe, you want to keep yourself safe, you don't want to put others in dangers. But like Bobby says, you want to be with your family, and more importantly, you don't want to be told what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Should
I
be
think
your
that's my
decision.
biggest- that's my biggest
It's
thing.
your decision to make it. It's your livelihood. It's up to you.
Right.
Well, that was like with my grandma. These guys, I help out my grandma on Sundays, and she's 99 years old, and she was in Arizona for. She goes to my aunt's for Christmas, or she goes for after Thanksgiving, goes for Christmas. She's been doing that the last couple of years. So when she finally got back, when I first went over there, I had a mask on, being like, I was all paranoid. and we weren't supposed to. I wasn't going to hug her or anything. I mean, that got thrown out the window because she said she was like, "Take that mask off." I'm like, "What am I going to do?" You know what I mean? It's like I'm like, I can't. Yeah, I'm like, and that's the same thing. Like they would say, "Yeah, don't go. You can't gather with people for Christmas." Yeah. But like again, she's 99 years old. Be like, she going? What am I going? You know, she's going to fucking. If she would be here, she would want to see us. And that would be her decision. Yeah. But it also, like you said, you got to protect it. I hate to put it that way but you know, she's also an exception because not a lot of 99-year-old people out there that are like,
that's right.
Being so, but still, yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be more difficult than it has been already. I'm afraid. I hope not though. We'll look at it glass half full.
West Virginia without good water. I'm trying to get 99, bro.
Just, you know, and her great grandmother, I was telling Dave this, she died when I was 20. She made it to 99 and passed away when I was 20. And when I was in 5th grade, I did a report on the Titanic. And she talked about the Titanic. She's like, "Oh, I remember when that happened." She was 8 years old. Yeah, she was 8 years old, and it went out on the radio. And that's when I really realized. I was like, "Wow, holy shit!"
I know Jack. Yeah, he painted me. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh no, God, no. She didn't get. Never mind. I'm shutting up.
I got
you. Come on, Bobby. Oh my goodness. So
that's fucking crazy.
Wow.
You got a question of the week, Dave?
Oh, dude, we got a question of the week this week. We got I mean, let's end the topic here, a whole thing with Jose here. So this may be difficult for you, but you know probably from listening that we ask all of our guests their favorite helper stories. And
yes.
So I know only being there for 2 years, you may not have had many, but you gotta at least have one.
I have one.
Okay.
He was my helper 2 peak seasons ago, and so great guy, mm-hmm. Great guy. Just a couple of fries short of a Happy Meal.
Yes.
Like you got the box of crayons, but you don't have all the colors. So he would come in layers,
awesome.
layers, and just layers. And towards the end of the day, he'd be down to a t-shirt, literally in the middle of winter, because he would just sweat. And he would just take off layer after layer after layer. Great guy. Would bring me snacks. He'd buy me lunch. He it's supposed to be worse, but
yeah.
Well, the one day was concerning because he came in and his left hand was bruised, like the knuckles, like when you got into a fight.
Somebody.
Yeah. Right. So with that, he then says, "Oh, I got something for you," and he hands me a set of brass knuckles. The foldable Chinese ones. And he says, "These are from last night. I need you to hold on to them for me."
What?
Excuse me? He can't. Wait, I just hold on to them for me. Just maybe you can keep them in the truck. I just can't keep them at home. And I said, "Oh, okay."
Oh my gosh.
He knocked somebody out so he could help you knock packages out the next day.
Yeah, that's a helper.
I put him in the front compartment next to the Diet slot, and needless to say, they didn't make it back to the center. Went out the window.
Yeah,
went out the window at a commercial.
Oh shit! That is fucking.
So, but he was the best. I mean, he ran. I would tell him to walk, to pace him, just run like the road runner. He was great.
It's awesome.
Until he didn't come in anymore.
Oh.
And it was a couple of days after the brass knuckles. So, and then a week later, I saw him in town because he lived in town where I would. I said, "What happened?" He goes, "Oh, I lost my license and this, that, and the other thing. And, the company said I couldn't work for you anymore. I said, okay. But, great guy. Great guy, though. Great guy.
That's awesome. Oh, man.
I just did not want to be incriminated. So just, had to get rid of the evidence, so to speak.
That's genius, though.
Yeah, right?
Like brass knuckles. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I'm not going to say anything, but that's genius. If you're listening and you can read into it, that's genius. Like,
Yeah, just hand it to a
your friend
person.
Orion doesn't know where he's going.
Right?
That's true. That's true. All right, so awesome story.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
So we got the question of the week that we sent out to everybody here through our social media. Also, guys, don't forget, I'm going to take this moment real quick to tell you that this episode is brought to you by Ups and Browns. Go to upsandbrowns.com. There he is, repping the Ups and Browns hat. Also repping the It's On the Delivery t-shirt as well. You guys can get all that gear at upsandbrowns.com. It is the place where warriors get their gear. Bobby, did you want to say something?
Yeah.
You had your finger up before.
You nailed it.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't need to say anything.
Okay. All right.
Best moderator in the game.
Stop
Hashtag.
it. Yeah, shout out to the Cowboy Cardboy. Whoa. The
Cowboy Cardboy.
Cardboard Cowboy? The guy
There
who
you
said
go.
that, I think. Oh, no. It was the other guy.
No, that was UPS Man 3010.
Yes, that was that guy, right.
Tony Cook.
Yeah. What a great hashtag. What a great guy, huh?
Yeah.
You could be like this guy and just leave him on the side of the road. But anyways, guys, question of the week. The question of the week this week was, how aggressive has a customer been towards you and what happened? So we got a few long ones. So bear with us, obviously, because, these can go pretty deep. This one from Facebook. This one from Nick Lindsay says, go to the back to pick up. Notes say to go to coffee counter, and he goes there. So the coffee shop says, pickup is in the back. And he says, no, your note says it's up here. And they reply, we don't like your attitude. And so he said, okay, that's not my problem that you guys don't talk to each other. I'm doing what the sign says. There was miscommunication there, obviously, right? Miscommunication there at the coffee shop, man. They think the pickup's in the back. So they saw a note that said it was in the front at the counter. Come on, coffee shop, get your stuff figured out, right? Now on Instagram, where a lot of the following is, guys, listen, go follow us on Facebook too, all right? There may be some stuff going on there, which I'll mention at the end of this podcast, but go follow us on Facebook. Old timers. This one is from the Wasted 20s on Instagram. He said, I had a COD package for a salon, and the customer was actually seated in there, literally waiting on the hair product. After I left, the customer left, said salon... English is a little off here. After I left, the customer said salon to track me down while attempting to be held back a few doors down in the complex. She wanted her check back and for me to refuse the package after already ripping it open and realizing it was not what she ordered. I explained I couldn't, and she took the response so well that she took off her weave and threw it in my face. I should probably mention she had jumped up into the truck and was trying to swing at me as well, as her hairdresser was trying to hold her back. She was threatening to call the cops, and I was encouraging her to do so. A small crowd gathered. Good times. I did not make 9.5.
Most important.
Right.
The Cowboy Cardboard Warrior. This was the guy I was trying to say before. The Cowboy Cardboard Warrior says, I was backing up a driveway and must have cut the corner and drove over a patch of this customer's approximately 2-inch wide and maybe 1 foot long, I'm assuming, piece of grass. He came out and read me the riot act and how I damaged his grass and that I should leave the truck on the street corner and walk there. As he walked away, I yelled over to him, hey, would you like your package? Honestly, what did he think I was doing there? So I guess he completely forgot he ordered a package and was more mad that he just backed up into his driveway and maybe ran over a little piece of grass. But that's probably like the type of guy that goes out there and cuts his lawn with scissors.
Yeah,
Just goes
it.
down like the line,
Oh fuck
I'm sorry if I offended anybody just now that does that.
Nah, I hope you did.
Yeah.
I hope you did. Your grass is long. Your grass is high as shit right now.
this one is from 223 Mad Love. Says it was near Christmas time a few years ago on a Friday night, had approximately 5 stops left. In a cul-de-sac, a big man, quote unquote, came through with a pickup truck and trailer. I had 2 or so stops in there. One was off already. Back in the seat, I waited for him to make his move. He didn't, so I swung around and hit the next stop a few houses down. It must have been where he wanted to park. Before I could get out of the truck, he started yelling at me to move. It would have been not my style to move the boxcar before getting that stop off when the stop was less than 10 steps away. So I got it off as I'm hustling to the front door. He yells out, "Goddamn woman!" He says, and does all this unnecessary yelling, ends up standing in front of the company vehicle, not letting me through, all while in front of his wife and daughters. I thought he was in some kind of rush, but I guess not. I didn't do much. He ended up taking a fake phone call to excuse himself. So this guy was psycho. Right? Yeah. Right? There sounds like something off with this guy.
Sounds like it.
Starts yelling at her and then is standing in front of the phone and then all of a sudden fakes a phone call to walk away because he didn't want her to talk to him or something. I don't know. Interesting. This one's from Magic Mike, Magic_Mike. What an awesome name. Had a guy lose his shit for not delivering to his garage in the alley. So I reloaded my truck and drove around the corner so I could walk it off with the hand truck. So there I was, business as usual, dropped the hand truck and started to bring the packages out of the bulkhead. When he walks up, kicks the hand truck into the middle of the road, called me a motherfucking piece of shit and told me to drop them on the curb. I'm sure he enjoyed picking all 5 of those 50-pound boxes off of the ground. To quote one of my favorite coworkers, he got put on embargo.
What's embargo?
I have no idea.
I want to try.
What's embargo mean? Anybody? No?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
You got put on embargo. Fill us in, Magic Mike, so we can find out. This one from our future guest, Bambi Killer Dan. Baby Killer Dan. Sorry.
An official ban on trade or other commercial activity with a particular country. So I guess he banned his ass from delivery.
What?
Oh. Okay.
Oh, embargo?
Embargo means banned. Yeah, more or less.
Thank you.
Smart ass cardboard warrior.
Thank you, Bobby, for filling us in. This one from future guest, Bambi Killer Dan, says June 2016. After the shooting at the UPS building in San Francisco, I was one of the drivers who went to the building to help get them caught back up. Like 3 days after, I was doing a route with a driver who was also from my building. So we were a little lost. The manager told us to run air and trace, which was fine. We left the building at like 10:15 and got to our first stop, which happened to be a next day air stop around 10:33. The Karen was outside waiting, and as soon as I stepped out of the truck, she started screaming that next day air was guaranteed by 10:30. So it's late and she's going to call and complain and get her money back. I apologized and said, I'm not sure if you know what happened a few days ago, to which she responded, it's not my fault something like that happened. I paid for service and it's late. So I took the small envelope and placed it somewhere hard for her to reach and walked away while she was still screaming at me.
You know what? That's a good job, Dan, because she said, I don't care what happened. So
yeah. Yep. Yeah, this woman's morals are somewhere else, huh?
Yeah.
This one, exactly. This one, almost done. We got 2 more. This one from Lindsay_808. One peak a few years ago, we were screwed more than usual. It was the first year online orders really took off. We got wait till this year, Lindsay. Wait till this year. We got slammed by multiple snowstorms. So package cars kept getting stuck and highways were closed. I think we were 19 trailers behind. Complete disaster. So my building had to bring in drivers from across the country to try and help us catch up. There were at least 3 to 4 other drivers helping me on my run alone, so I hadn't been going to certain communities for a few days. Once we finally got a hold of the volume a bit, I began getting parts on my run back. I go to this one house that I hadn't been to for a few days, which had multiple DR packages. I left it on the porch, knocked, and went back to my package car. This total Karen comes barreling out of her house in pajamas and no shoes. It was easily negative 30 degrees Celsius out. Celsius,
where the fuck is this?
Was Celsius, was that 0? Is that 2 degrees?
0 on Celsius is freezing.
0
Right.
degrees Celsius is 33.
So this is
degrees
0,
Fahrenheit.
right? So this is 2 degrees, right? 2 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 30.
It's not
Yeah, it's
you
fucking
shouldn't come out of your house.
I'm no math guy. That's why I work
It's
for
fucking
this
cold.
company, but
It's cold.
There you
fucking
go.
That's all we
Fucking
need.
cold.
no shoes, and started demanding all the rest of her items she ordered. I explained that due to the crazy increase in volume, snowstorms, closed highways, and not enough staff, we're trying our best to get caught up. Not good enough for this Karen. She went on how she hoped I was happy that I was ruining her Christmas, and that apparently the driver helping me had misdelivered some packages for the house on the next block to her house, and she wasn't going to let them have them until she got all of her stuff. Hold on. That was confusing. So, another driver misdelivered to this Karen's house. This other driver misdelivered the next street over to this house, to this Karen's house. So that's what it sounds like.
To her house.
Right. So this Karen's got somebody else's packages meanwhile. And it says, and she wasn't going to let them have them until she got all of her stuff. Because if she doesn't get Christmas, neither will they. I blankly stared at her and said, okay, Merry Christmas. And I drove off, leaving her pajamaed ass in the cold.
There should be a clause on like 2-day shipping that if you're going to be an asshole, we can slap you in the face. Like we can just, boom, 2-day shipping. Got it. Have a good day. Like that shit is insane. She was holding packages.
She was holding packages hostage. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. That's a super Karen. That's like when the Dragon Ball Z characters turn into Super Saiyans and they're like, Karen.
I've never watched Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, you gotta watch-
I understand. I understand.
Oh
Just
my
from the
gosh.
just from the description.
Super Karen. I like that. There's a new
Like
terminology now.
Yeah,
Good job,
like
Bobby.
Super Shredder,
Super
you know what-
Karen.
Yeah.
Super
Super
Shredder.
Karen.
Yeah.
You know when
Oh, I know
Shredder
Super.
gets-
I'm new Super Shredder.
Super
yeah.
Shredder?
Yes,
yes.
he gets the
Oh,
ooze
yeah.
and he's just like,
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
man.
turns all, it's like, Super Shredder. Yeah. I know. Come on, I'm a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. I know.
That's like the boss level Karen.
Boss
Jesus.
Boss
level,
level Karen.
If we play those Mafia games, yeah. Boss level. All right,
Boss
we got
level.
one more. Hang in here, guys.
Sorry.
This one's from Camp Bish 10. Says, on the phone with another driver, accidentally rang a doorbell out of habit. Obviously, that happens. With a do not ring doorbell sign on it.
Oh,
Customer came out while I was walking back to the truck and yelled, what the hell is wrong with you? You can't read, but you can drive a truck? Told him I was sorry. I ring 100 doorbells a day. He said, don't ring mine again or I'll be calling your boss. Boss gonna be like,
What's
whatever,
number?
buddy. What?
No such number. Go ahead and
No.
play games with us, Karen.
No. We'll call. Have him come pick it up
Oh,
every
yeah.
time.
oh,
You
yes.
know? Campish, there's an idea for you, bud. We'll call that package every time. Say they could come pick it up if they don't want you ringing their doorbell,
Yo, it's legit. Like
God.
it's legit. The crazy. Like you're sitting home, you click on a computer, and then you bitch when we don't deliver it the perfect way after doing 200 some odd of those a day.
But see, they don't know that. They think those
Yeah.
kind of people think that it's only their package on your truck and nothing else.
That's what they think.
We don't need.
That correct. Yep.
Yep.
It's all about them.
Yeah,
Yep.
amazing.
It is.
That's
I
one of the
can't wait to
blessings
tell the
that,
story
that
now.
this job,
This is gonna be good.
this job creates is that it lets you see how many different people there are in the world and how we're all connected. Like you could deliver to one doctor's office and Susie down the street and know that she goes to that doctor and she's cousins with this guy who walks the dog on Main Street. Like you see it all connected. But
Yes.
everyone else out there doesn't see it. They're just
Right.
just me and my parcel.
Correct. I had a new bagel shop that opened up on my route on the main road. And so he every once in a while, since he's open, he's got CODs. Mm-hmm. So this particular week, he had 2 COD boxes. So I go in, and because where he is, like we were talking earlier, maybe off air, we know the route. Orion 3.0 doesn't know the human side of it. So I know at a certain time, the bagel shop is busy. Yeah. So I'm in the middle of my airs. So I said, let me drop off the CODs. He writes me a check. The check's for the wrong amount. So he goes off into the back. He has the 2 COD pieces and he has a ground piece. So I take an info notice, like I was telling Bobby earlier. I use them like Post-it notes, and I leave him a note saying that the check is the wrong amount. And I post-note the check to the info notice, and I leave it on the ground package, and I take the 2 CODs back to the truck. I got to go. I got airs to deliver. He comes running out of the back, out of the store, to the truck, starts screaming and yelling at me, and he grabs one of the boxes. It's coffee. And he takes off running back into the store. What the fuck? It's a group of construction. Yeah. Just beelining into the store.
God. He's determined. I like his determination.
I'm yelling at him, you can't take the package. You got to pay me for that. And the construction guys are looking like, what is going on? So now I got to go back in the store.
Oh, no.
He starts screaming and yelling at me how I took the packages. He wrote me the check. I'm trying to explain to him that the check is written in the wrong amount. I need a new check. I left you a note. He goes, no. You can't leave that here. You can't leave that today because I'm here. You're only supposed to leave those when I'm not here. I'm here.
Oh my God.
About the info notice. I said, but did you read the info notice? What's on? So and he reads the note that I left him, and he writes me a new check, and I left.
Damn, it could have been avoided.
All you had to do was read the note.
Read it.
I said, I left you a note. But he said, no, those aren't for today. I'm here today. Those if I'm not here.
He knows the rules. You trained him well. Well. He knows the rules.
He knows, right. If you're not here, you're going to get an info notice.
So,
go ahead, dude.
No, I was going to say, so Bobby or Luke, do you guys have?
Dude, I was thinking, and this was, I had to think of one, and I wanted to use good old Doug. You know, Doug, replacement hips, disgruntled Doug. So I was his helper. I was trying to think. I was like, I have to. This was so good.
Let's go.
So this was right when Amazon kind of first started becoming what they are now, and the communication. I mean, this was obviously peak season because I was his helper. The communication for that year was absolute shit. And I mean, it was what? Saying they were guaranteeing, Amazon was saying guaranteeing, 2-day shipping, yada. But it wasn't even coming into it wasn't even in our state yet. So good old Doug. And Doug is a fiery man. He gets heated. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. This is at the end of the night. I mean, this is like 9 p.m. and the truck's empty. He comes about. He walked this one off. I walked another one off. Woman comes out of the house, the one that he delivered, said, "Excuse me, I'm supposed to have 3 packages." Is one of the classic. He had 2, and he only had 2. It was in the dyad. It wasn't like we didn't have one. That was all we had. And she said, "No, I'm supposed to have 3. I got this guarantee, yada yada." Oh. Doug was like, the way Doug talks to me, I could just see steam getting ready to come out of his ears. And she said, she's like, "You need to go in there and check in your truck and look for it." And he's just fucking, he's like, "I'm telling you." So then her boyfriend comes out and he's like, he says, "I need you to come over here, Chad." I was like, "Oh, hold on a minute." So then I just, I went over there and stood beside him, and then nothing happened. I mean, it was 2 of us and 1 of him. But dude, yeah, she just like, she wouldn't back off. Like he backed off, but she kept going. Eventually, we just had to leave, and she just like Doug. You've heard me tell the stories about him. I'm just seeing the knuckles on the fucking steering wheel are white, and he's just so fucking mad. And as soon as I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, we were 30 seconds away from a bad situation. But the one I had, I already told, so I figured I would use another one of just somebody being an asshole and using good old Doug. But yeah, I mean, nothing happened. That she ended up, like I said, we just had to leave. But that was, I don't know. I'm trying to think of when that was. Maybe 2010? I don't know. I can't remember when Amazon became Amazon, but that's another fucking story in itself.
Bobby?
This is I think the one and only, because as you know me, I just show up and I love cardboard and I'm always chipper. So it's pissing down rain. It's Stanford Hospital. They've been building this hospital. Sometimes you get 40 packages, the big, heavy 40-pound lug nuts of whatever. And this day was a full hand cart. There's one envelope. Put the envelope in between the boxes, secure it. It's windy, it's raining. Get in the trailer on the construction site and unload the packages. And the guy's like, "Are you serious? This is wet. Why is it so wet?" And I was like, "Is this guy serious?" And he's like, this is fucking ridiculous. And he swore. And then I stepped aside to another cubicle and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Where do you learn his social skills? Facebook? And then I look up and I'm like, this has to be a fucking joke. Like, this is a camera, one of those TV shows where they test you. There's no cameras. Nobody's saying anything. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, this is an important check. I'm like, bro, it's raining out. What do you want me to do? Like, cover one envelope and let the other boxes get wet? Dude, the dude was not joking. A little pissant dude that does finances with a little tie, stressed out, probably hasn't got laid in 25
Of course.
years.
Yeah.
And he's just, so the next day he apologizes, but dude, you don't know that I might be a Marine with PTSD at that time. Like, you're nuts, dude. And then I was like, all right, have a nice day. But dude, that guy was, crazy time.
Yeah.
They don't think you're going to respond either, too. That's another reason why they'll get ballsy. Which it's you do the right thing by not responding.
Yeah, but
for anybody listening, but you still think to yourself, man, I should have kicked that motherfucker's ass.
I could have sworn it was a TV show though, bro. Like the way he responded, and it was a wet envelope. Like, that's why you're mad.
Well, I kind of, you got to get, like you said, Luke, they don't expect you to, but then when you do respond, that's
a lot of times that's enough.
That's when they get kind of taken back. Like, oh, this guy.
Yeah, most of the times that's
right.
enough
to
diffuse it.
I came back with a smart remark to a customer once, and I will tell it right now. So this one time I was delivering this customer's new cell phone, and for whatever reason, so anyways, I show up, I come down the driveway, but it was also, what do you know, Bobby, it was raining this day as well. So, and her driveway, let me start this one off, right? Her driveway, it wasn't paved. It wasn't gravel either. It was maybe it was like a grass type of, like, I don't know. It was definitely muddy. I know it was muddy, and puddles and whatnot. But, so I'm going down the driveway. I get up to the house. Of course, it needs a signature because it's a cell phone. And for whatever, I think it was one of the new iPhones at the time, whenever this was, like 2-3 years ago. And so I knock on the door. The woman comes and she goes, "Take that back. I don't want it anymore." After I handed her the package already, you know what I mean? And like, we didn't even get to the signature part. Like, she was like, I handed it to her and she's like, "Take it back. I don't want it anymore." And I was like, okay, like, all right. And she was like, yeah, this is a day late. It was supposed to come yesterday, but it's here today. So yesterday, when I found out that it wasn't going to be here, I went to the store and picked up a new one. Like you should have done that in the first place. Ordered yourself, you know. So then, So then she's already like getting pissed with me. So I'm already not liking her, obviously, by the tone of her voice, you know. And then, so like what ended up happening was, so she's at the top and her deck wasn't long. You know, it was a pretty short and the stairs. So I was kind of like 1 foot up on the deck, the other foot on the stairs, you know what I mean? Kind of leaning on the handrail and all that. And then she's like telling me all this stuff. And then she's like, here, take it. You know, after I was like, oh, okay, fine. And she goes, here, take it. And she throws it at me. And not just a throw, like she chucked it. You know what I mean? She chucked it at me. Like she was pissed. And so, you know, when I saw her throw it, I kind of did one of these little things. You know, it was coming right at me. I didn't put my hands out to catch it. Yeah, right. I was like, whoop, off to the side, and it went by me, and then it landed in the mud. And so then I look up at her because now I'm mad because she just threw something at me. You know what I mean? And so I look up at her and I said, listen, you have 2 options right now. I said, 1, you could come down here and pick this up and hand it to me, or I'm going to leave it here and then I'm going to drive away and then it's your problem, you know? And she stomping down, went down, picked it up, put it in my hands. She didn't say anything. I said, have a great day. Have a great day, lady. And just got back in the car and left.
Best moderator.
How fucked is it as society? How fucked are we as a society that somebody can't go 1 day without a phone?
Sure.
Anyway,
it's a microwave. It's a microwave society. It has to be now. It has to be instant.
Oh,
true story.
That worries me. That worries me.
But yeah, that was
insane. That was
good for you, Dave.
Thank you.
Good for you.
No, you know what I mean? It's like
she warranted that response.
Oh yeah.
Good for you.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's the same thing when people like. Never mind. I won't even get into that. But you know, people can piss you off very easily out there. But anyways, listen, guys, that's pretty much all. I'm pretty sure all we got for you. Jose, do you have anything for us? Do you have any questions for us at all?
Just that, you know, go Warriors. You know, I enjoy the podcast. I enjoy watching you guys' videos and watching your post. And this is you've started something incredible. And I hope it continues for more than 9 years there, Bobby. Long past you, that it outlives all of you, because it's a great thing. Me, as an avid podcast listener, I listen every single week. I've listened to every episode, and it keeps my day going, man. You know, it's a solitary job. It's just you, your vehicle, and your packages.
That's it.
So, you know, it's nice to have a little something in the ear. And when it's familiar stories, when it's familiar voices, when it's experiences that you've gone through, it's great. And to hear it from across the country and from all the different drivers, now that it's also crossed international with the last guest. And I saw the most recent with Luke and him. They're going back and forth with the rain, comparing the rain. So it's. I just wanted to say thank you guys. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And one last thing to mention for everybody here. We just posted this a few days ago. If you haven't seen it yet, we will be doing a live Christmas podcast. And what's going to be happening is the whole month of December, we will be having our interviews. All right, so I mentioned it last time. I'm going to try not to mess it up. It's going to be Bobby Luke interviewing me is going to be the first one for December. Then it's going to be me and Bobby interviewing Luke for the second Monday in December. And then it's going to be me and Luke interviewing Bobby for the last one before Christmas. And then that Saturday before Christmas is December 19th. And that's when we will be doing our live Christmas podcast on Facebook Live. It's going to be from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so what I got to say is, guys, grab your eggnog, your hot cocoa, whatever it is that you drink, a blanket, and join the crew for the first ever 2-hour live Christmas extravaganza podcast. And there will be Christmas carols sung. Yes, you heard that right. We'll be singing some carols. And your favorite guests will be popping in to say hello as well. There will also be a guest list for anybody, any of you who listen to come join, come hop on here with us for 3-5 minutes and, just come hang out for a little while so we can say hi. We can say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate, if you don't celebrate, happy holidays, whatever it is. We just want to talk to you guys. We want to hang out for a few minutes. And so send your message, send your guest list invite to this guy right down there.
Okay. I'm pointing at myself wherever I'm at on your screens.
You can find him at nomad_delivery_guy on Instagram. If you don't follow him already, what are you doing?
West by God, Virginia.
West by God, Virginia.
And
it says it on the profile, though, if the word fuck offends you. I don't know.
So go send him a message to get put on the guest list, guys. We're going to be working in spots. There is limited spots available, obviously, because there's only going to be a certain amount of time. So yeah, guys, come join us. Also, don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page because that's where we'll be doing it. Facebook Live only. I had somebody message me before asking if it was also going to be Instagram. It's not, unfortunately, because the software that we're using only does Facebook Live. So go follow our Facebook page, search Facebook. Actually, no, you don't got to search. Go to facebook.com, IAITD pod. It's all in the delivery. Just abbreviate all that. IAITD pod. Facebook.com/IAITD pod. It's that easy. And you'll be able to find the podcast page.
That's a lot.
Thank you.
Very good.
That's it. And Jose, dude, thank you so much for joining us, bro. Awesome conversation.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me.
I'm sorry.
Great,
I'm sorry I had to pop away for a few minutes. The VP needed me upstairs. She's 6 months pregnant.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so she needed me for a little help for something. So, but sorry I had to pop away. But anyways, guys, here we are, and we will see you guys next week.
Stay strong, stay positive. Let's go.
Peace.